Hello YouTube, Luke here again. This is the deck profile for the Destiny Hero Norleras deck I just did. Start off, it runs a lot of monsters, 26 of them in total, at 2 Armageddon Knight, Dark Dragon, 3 Dark Grepher, 3 Destiny Hero Dasher, 3 Destiny Hero Malicious, Gorz, 3 Kagetokage, 3 Phantom of Chaos, 2 Plaguespreader Zombie, 2 Norleras, 2 Summoner Monk, and a Tragoedia. And we got spells Allure, Book of Moon, Dark Hole, 3 Destiny Draw, Foolish Burial, and Reinforcement of the Army. And for traps, 2 Fiendish Chain, 2 Mirror Force, Solemn, and Torrential Tribute. So it's a bit of a risky deck because you've got no bottomless, no compulsory, no back row destroying. So it's you really do need to get your cards straight away pretty much if you want to last long against the top decks. But anyway, extra deck, Sirius, Colossal, Crimson Blader, Orient Dragon, Scrap Dragon, Stardust, Dweller, Blade Ninja, M7, Cowboy, Gauntlet Launcher, Excalibur, King of the Feral Imps, Lavalval, and Strike Bouncer. Okay, so start off, basically, there's a couple of ways to do this. It's got a lot of different options. It's got the level 8 Synchro Summoning by using Malicious and Plaguespreader. Armageddon Knight can stick cards like Dark Dragon and Norleras into the graveyard if you use the Phantom of Chaos, or you can stick your dashes in as well. If you get special summons. So that's where Armageddon Knight comes in. Dark Dragon, you special summon it by its own effect, or send it to the graveyard, have Phantom of Chaos use it, especially when you've got a whole graveyard full of dark monsters. 3 Dark Grepher, one of the main pieces of the deck, so you can send your Maliciouses and Plagues and whatnot to the graveyard. Dashes as well can be sent there. Dash's effect is once per turn you contribute one other monster. This card gains 1,000 attack till the end phase. If this card attacks, it's changed to the defensive position at the end of the battle phase. And one time only, when you draw a monster card during your draw phase while this card's in your grave, you can special summon it. You can reveal it and special summon it. It must be in the graveyard to activate and resolve this effect. Malicious, of course, you banish it from your graveyard, a special one from the deck. Always helps. We're running lots of level 4 monsters, so that's why you got Kagetokage in there. Also a dark monster, you can always just pitch him in for Grepher. 3 Phantom of Chaos. Now, any battle damage your opponent takes is 0 from this card. Now once per turn, you can target one effect monster in your graveyard, banish that target. And if you do, until the end phase, this card's name and attack become that monster's name and attack. And it gains that monster's effects as well. Let's control face up. Yeah, so you banish Dark Dragon, this becomes Dark Dragon, you just move cards from your graveyard, destroy, or it becomes Norleras as well, which helps. You can even make a Dark Grepher if you wanted to or something. Okay, so we got the 2 Plaguespreader Zombies there to help out with Synchro Summoning. Now Sky Scourge Norleras, don't worry about the first part, I guess, I mean special summon, because we're not using the Light Fairy and the 3 Dark Fairy. Well, I've got the Dark Fiends there, but we're not using the Light Fairy to summon it normally. But what it is, you can pay 1,000 life points to send all cards on the field and in both players' hands to the graveyard, then you draw 1 card. So that includes Norleras itself. Unless it'd be too broken if Norleras stayed on the field, but anyway. So one of the... I'll just start off, I'll just keep going for a second. I'll go with the combos in a minute. Though. So 2 Summoner Monk, you can bring out a Dark Grepher if you want, or something else if you wanted to, an overlay. And just a Tragoedia there for a bit more variety and protection, as you can become level of monster in the graveyard and take monsters like I have. Spell cards, Allure of Darkness, because everything's a dark monster in this deck. Book of Moon, Dark Hole, same. Destiny Draw, a discarded Destiny Hero monster, draw 2 cards. So we got plenty of them. We got the 3 dashes, and we got the 3 Malicious as well. Foolish Burial, send something to the graveyard that you want to use. And Reinforcement the Army as well, because you got your Grephers and Armageddon Knights. And then just standard protection for spell and traps there. So not for trap cards, not too many. Okay, so for the couple of combos of the deck, like one of the absolute best combos you can have, if you have, okay, let's just start off. Card 1 is either Dark Grepher or Reinforcement the Army. So let's say this is your hand. So you got 1 card in your hand, it's either Grepher or Reinforcement the Army. Then you want Sorry about that. So anyway, my camera microphone cut out. Okay, let's go. Card 1 in hand is Reinforcement the Army or Grepher, because you want Grepher in your hand. And you want 2 high-level monsters. So any high-level monster plus a Malicious is what I should say. Or a Plaguespreader. So 2 high-level monsters. So let's just say you got a Dasher and Malicious. Yeah, that's card number 2. Card number 3 is Phantom of Chaos. That's what you want. And that gets rid of that gains the effect of your monster. Okay, so alright, so I want the high level monster I want is actually Norleras. So I want Norleras as my second card in my hand, or something like that. Either that or that's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is if you have Grepher and you got a Malicious and a Plaguespreader in hand. Where's my Plaguespreader? Okay, so like you can, but you still need the Phantom of Chaos in your hand as well. That's what you need, because you need Phantom of Chaos and Grepher in your hand to start the huge combo. And then you just need couple high level monsters, or it just Malicious and Plaguespreader, because you'll special summon Grepher by discarding Malicious. Grepher's effect sends Plaguespreader and Norleras to the graveyard. You then normal summon Phantom of Chaos, then use Norleras' effect. So every card on the field and hand sent to the grave. So if this is first turn, your opponent loses their entire hand, so do you, but then you draw a card. And that's where your Plague and Malicious comes into play. Then use Plaguespreader's effect, send it to the top, or if you want to keep it, use Destiny Hero Malicious effect. So you get a level 8 Synchro on the field first turn, and your opponent can only draw 1 card next turn, only has 1 card used next to it, depending on what deck they use. Of course. If they're running Dragon rules or something, they might have just stacked their entire graveyard with dragons from use. But anyway, that's one combo. Like that's the easier combo. The first combo I was trying to explain is the harder one, because if you have Norleras in hand and a Grepher, then what you need. No, that's right. You just need a Malicious or Plaguespreader in your hand. Then for either one. So yeah, it's so I'll start off again. So you want first card is either Grepher or Reinforcement the Army, because they'll actually bring your Grepher to your hand. You need Phantom of Chaos as your second card. And then you need either Malicious or Norleras as the third card. Then you just need a dark monster in your hand, so you can use Grepher's effect, send it to the graveyard. Yeah, basically you want Malicious or Plague in your hand as well. Okay, let's go to the extra deck anyway. So that's got 2 level 2 6s, Celestial Blue of Sirius, so he can protect you for a bit, because if he gets destroyed, sent to the graveyard, target a face-up monster your opponent controls, it loses 2400 permanently. Then you got Colossal Fighter, since we're a lot of warriors, and it just keeps resurrecting yourself. Crimson Blader can help. It stops your opponent special summoning high-level monsters. Orient Dragon's an interesting one. If your opponent synchro summons a monster, you can banish it when this card is synchro summoned. And we got Scrap Dragon. You saw a bit of this, and Stardust Dragon as well. And we got plenty of rank 4s. Abyss Dweller, of course. Blade Armor Ninjas, since we got plenty of warrior type monsters. M7, because you might have 2 level 6s on the field. Cowboy, of course, winning condition. Gauntlet Launcher is level 6. 2 warrior type monsters as usual. This guy brings Kagetokage to your hand. Lavalval Chain is good in this deck. You can control your game by using this card. You can send the card you want to the graveyard and then choose a monster on top. One thing you might want to do, you probably saw me do at least once, was send Dark Arm to the graveyard and then put Phantom of Chaos on top. And Strike Bouncer as well, level 6, so you can negate monster effects. And inflict 1000 damage, so yeah. Yeah, it's actually, yeah, it's an interesting deck anyway, especially if you can get that first turn combo, which I didn't in any games, but that's alright. But anyway, that's, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the gameplay anyway, but so... Yeah, so anyway, until next time, thank you for watching and see you again soon.